Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to explain to you the topic isomerism. So stay tuned with me till the end of the video. So let's start. So isomerism. What do you understand by the term isomerism? So let us take one example to understand the meaning of this term isomerism. Now, in my last video, I told you that if you have 5 carbon or 4 carbon or whatever number of carbon, you have 3 ways in which you can connect your carbon. That is straight chain. You can connect them in branch chain, or also you can connect them in a closed chain cyclic structure or closed cycle or cyclic structure, right? So now let us take one example. Suppose I am giving you 4 carbons and 10 hydrogen, right? This compound is known as butane, right? This compound is known as butane, right? In this compound you have 4 carbon. Now how can you connect the 4 carbon? So there is one way in which you can connect the carbon in a straight chain manner like this. Now, as I told you that what is the unique property of carbon? In my last video, I told you that the carbon shows tetravalency. That means it should form 4 covalent bonds around it. So if you see each carbon is having only, this carbon is having only one bond. So how many bonds are required by this carbon? 3 more bonds so that it will become 4. So to each carbon, we will fix one hydrogen. Now this carbon will be connected to 2 more hydrogen to complete its tetravalency. This one will also be connected with 2 more hydrogen, right? But if you see the terminal carbon, this carbon will again attach with 3 carbons. So this is one way of writing the structure. Now, if I ask you, what is the another way in which you can connect the 4 carbon? The second way of connecting the carbon, you can say that we can connect the 4 carbon in this way also, right? So if you see, right, in this again when you connect it, now let's say that complete the valency of each carbon, one valency is satisfied. So to complete the remaining 3, I need to attach 3 more hydrogen to this carbon. Similarly, this carbon's valency is 1. If you see this carbon is attached with 1 carbon. So how can one more carbon, one valency is there. So since carbon shows tetravalency, we need to fix 3 more hydrogens to complete its 4 valency. Similarly, this carbon is attached with 1 bond, so 3 more bonds are required and these valency will be satisfied by hydrogen. So if you see, and similarly here, look at this carbon is attached with 1, 2, 3, 3 bonds, right? So one more hydrogen is required. So if you see this structure carefully and this structure, check how many carbons do we use in this structure. We use 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon, right? And how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So C4H10, right? Now let us see this particular one. In this second example, again look at this, how many carbons we are using? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So total 4 carbons we used, and how many hydrogen again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again C4H10. So what is common between these two structures? That means they both have same molecular formula, right? What do you call, what is molecular formula? Molecular formula means which the formula which gives us information about the exact number of atoms of a particular element, right? So butane's molecular formula is C4H10. That means butane is having 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen, right? So this is the molecular formula of butane, right? This is same molecular formula for this structure also, but what is the main difference? Structural formula is different. What is the meaning of structural formula? Structural formula means when you are arranging the atoms and you are showing that in that particular compound how the atoms are connected to each other. If you see this structure number 1, all the carbons are connected in a straight chain manner, and if you see in this structure 2, all the 4 carbons are not attached in a straight chain. They are attached 3 in one chain and one carbon is attached to the middle carbon in the form of a branch. right? So you will say this is a straight chain structure, this is a branch chain structure of butane, right? Both are butane, but their structures are different and their molecular formulas are same. What do you call such type of pairs? Such pairs of compounds having the same molecular formula but different structural formula are called isomers. There is a new term. What do you call them? Isomers, right? What is isomers? Compounds, right? Organic compounds having same molecular formula, having same molecular formula but different structural formula, are called isomers, right? Are called isomers, and this phenomenon is known as isomerism. What do you call this phenomenon? This phenomenon is known as isomerism. Okay, so this is about your isomers. Now, regarding the isomers, you will see since their structures are different, their physical properties will also change. So we can say isomers differ from each other in their physical properties. Physical property means like their boiling points will not be same, even though they have same carbon atom, same hydrogen. But if I ask you the boiling point of structure 1 and structure 2, it will not be same. Okay, so the compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula will have different boiling points, or you can say different physical property, and such pair of compounds are called isomers. Now one more thing, that this particular, see, in higher grades, in grade 11 and 12th, you will learn about the types of isomerism, but in 9th and 10th we have only just an introduction of isomerism. And since the two isomers differ from each other on the basis of their structure, that is also known as structural isomerism. You can say that is known as structural isomerism, right? Structural isomerism, right? Now, and if further in structural isomerism, we can say chain and position. Chain and position isomerism. So if you see these two structure, they differ from each other on the basis of their carbon chain. Their carbon chain is different. One is straight chain, one is branch. So specifically, if I ask you that what type of isomers they are, you can say they are structural isomers, or also we can say, if we are specifying it to some more extent, we can say they are your chain isomers, right? So if I ask you for butane, how many chain isomers you can write? You will say we can write 2 chain isomers are possible for your C4H10, that is butane. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video, but if you still have any doubt, please do write in the comment section. I will also request you to please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.